The Atlanta Falcons had one of the most insane off seasons out of any team in the league, for better or for worse. Of course, thankfully bringing in a new head coach in Raheem Morris, having a pretty good free agent class with most notably Kirk Cousins, and having certainly a draft of all time, picking Michael Penix in the top 10 the same year they gave Kirk Cousins a 4-year deal. But the last few days have been different for the Atlanta Falcons, adding both Matthew Judon and Justin Simmons, two older but still great players, on a defense where those two positions were massive question marks. So today, we are gonna see if we can continue to build/rebuild this old but good Falcons team, and not only try to win them a Super Bowl by the end of this, to make up for the one that I'm sure you Falcons fans don't want to hear about, but we are also gonna see if we can turn this into the highest overall team in the league. But this should be a ton of fun, with arguably the weirdest roster in the NFL, but super quick. I'm gonna make this intro as quick as I can. Be sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoy. It sounds stupid, but it really helps out the channel. And if we can get to 3,000 likes, which we've been doing well with all the like goals lately, I have possibly one of the most fun rebuild ideas planned that I've ever done. It's one of the most popular videos on the channel, but in Madden 25, it should be even more fun. I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not saying exactly what it is. I'll give a hint. It involves moving pretty much every player in the league to a new team. Another important thing, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, because if you like Madden rebuilds, that's literally all I do. So turn on notifications for the channel. I don't plug that enough. But if you want to be one of the first people to ever see these videos, turn on notifications. And last thing, let me see if anyone suggested this. I'll say shout out to EHYGO. I don't know how you say that. And if you have any fun ideas or realistic rebuild ideas, let me know that down in the comments. But without further ado, let's get into this rebuild. And I'm debating on whether or not I should say how I really feel about this team's draft, because I've said a few times that I think they might have had the worst draft out of any team. I'm sorry, Falcons fans. I'm sure you've heard that enough already, so I won't talk too much about it. But I mean, this front seven should be amazing. Obviously, I don't know if this is the best safety duo, but I don't know what would be better than Jesse Bates and Justin Simmons. I do think Jesse Bates is the best safety in the league. Yeah, I would probably say this is the best safety duo. In this offense, not led by Arthur Smith, I thought Kyle Pitts was an amazing prospect. I thought Bijan Robinson was an amazing prospect. Now they're actually maybe gonna get used. I'm a little worried about the receiving core, especially with Rondale Moore going down for the year, I think. But other than that, our main goal today is basically just gonna be replacing all the older players on this team. And man, I'm pretty confident this could be the best team in the league pretty quick, with a little bit of help. But let's finally get into this. I have no idea how this team's gonna do in simulation. So let's get to the midseason point of year one, and we will see how this team does. Okay, we are 6-1 at the midseason. The Buccaneers are somehow 0-7. I don't know if they're gonna be as good in real life as they were last year, but 0-7 is crazy. But I don't know what's gotten into us, especially lately. We just put up 24 back-to-back on the Panthers and Seahawks. I mean, 24 isn't crazy, but we only allowed 3 points against the Panthers and 6 against the Seahawks, so pretty good. And we actually have a DB breakout this week. I almost said year. I have no idea who that's gonna be. It's gonna be AJ Terrell, but he doesn't get the automatic like 5,000 XP or whatever it is. What's interesting though is we get to choose a different goal here other than 5+ tackles and 2 TFLs. I don't know how doable that is, so I'm gonna choose a new one. I don't think any of these are gonna happen. These are all way too hard of goals. I wouldn't be surprised if AJ Terrell doesn't have 2 pass deflections and a pick on the year already, just because that's how simulation is. And I feel like that's the easiest one to hit. Also, wait, why would I go with this one instead of 3+ TFLs, force fumble, pass deflections / sacks? Why would you ever pick this one right here? Because you also have to get 4 tackles. But if you get 3 pass deflections, you automatically hit this one. What? I'm just gonna do this one, but there's no shot. Oh, and he actually does already have 3 picks on the year. That's like the most I've ever seen in half a season in Madden. Also 3 pass deflections already. Antonio Hamilton already has 7, which is good even for real life. Probably too good. But we have some re-signings here to make. Oh, well, speak of the devil, I guess. AJ Terrell, 4 years, 52 mil. I'm fine with that. Ooh, wait a minute. We don't have a lot of cap space. I mean, that kind of makes sense. This isn't, you know, a cheap team. So I think we'll just wait till the end of the year for everyone else here. But all right, I'll see if we hit the breakout for AJ Terrell. If not, I just won't show it and we'll get to the end of the year. So let's see what happens. Okay, well, he didn't hit it, but he still got 4,500 XP, so we'll take that. Okay, wow. So, at the end of the year, we finish 14-3 in year one. I mean, rebuild's over. This team doesn't need it. I mean, obviously the Falcons don't really need a rebuild anymore in real life. They're pretty complete, but the challenge, of course, comes when all these older players regress and we have to replace them, like I explained earlier. I honestly didn't know if we would do well or not this year, but Kirk, 3,400 yards, 29 touchdowns, 8 picks, good season. 1,200, almost 1,300 yards for Bijan, 7 touchdowns, 10 for Tyler Algier, 1,100 yards for Drake London, 12 touchdowns, but that's mostly it. I wanted to get Kyle Pitts more involved. I wonder if we should use the Chiefs offense. I know the Chiefs offense is broken, but I want to get Kyle Pitts involved. And then for blocking, Caleb McGarry wasn't great. 9 sacks allowed, 6 for Drew Dahlman, but Chris Lindstrom thankfully did really well. Rare time where your highest overall lineman actually played the best out of them. But Caden Ellis, 108 tackles led the team, TFLs, 13 for Ebiketie, and 12 for Jarrett, but sacks? 8.5 for Arnold Ebiketie, but only 5.5 for Matt Judon. Why? He has his times where he does super well in this game, and he has his times where he does super terribly in this game. I mean, he had 4 sacks in 2023, apparently. How much did he play in 2023? He played 184 snaps. Here he got 1.5 sack more than that, and he played almost 1,000 snaps. So... okay, certified EA moment. But interceptions, 5 for Jesse Bates, 4 for AJ Terrell, and then 1 for 5 different players. But let's check out yearly awards. MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. Big surprise there. Joe Mixon up there. That's insane, but okay. Offensive player of the year goes to I haven't said this in a while, but the white boy Cooper Kupp. He used to always win offensive player of the year in like Madden 23, I think. Now it just seems like it's Cowboys players winning every single award, so it's a little refreshing, not gonna lie. But no Falcons up here at all. Not that that's super surprising, but I mean, there are some Falcons offensive players in real life that could do very well. But defensive player of the year, okay, Micah Parsons wins it, as always. I mean, I can't name a time where that didn't happen. I mean, obviously there are a lot, but he is the guy who wins it the most by a landslide. But Braden Fisk at number 2 as a rookie. Tremaine Edmonds up there, which is interesting. This is quite the list. But offensive rookie of the year goes to Marvin Harrison Jr. And defensive rookie of the year obviously goes to Braden Fisk. Top 2 Rams. Did we have anyone for any award at all? Am I checking the right conference? Did I mess something up? I need to feel a little better. Let's check best QB. Okay, Kirk at number 4. Cool. All right, I'm good now. Honestly, despite being number 14, despite being 14-3, our offense wasn't amazing. It was our defense. Our defense allowed 15 points per game. 15.2. What? The stats weren't even that crazy. How many total sacks did we get? We only finished with 24 sacks on the year. What? Did we just have the best red zone defense of all time? Our run D wasn't all that good either. Our pass D was top 3 at least, but it wasn't the best. We did have a good amount of picks though, which is very rare for Madden. What a weird first year. We also got a lot of fumble recoveries, so it looks like we were just forcing a lot of turnovers, which is good. Weird first year. Again, every year in Madden simulation is weird, but extra weird. But as per usual, we have about 1 billion storylines. I mean, it's 2, but when there are 2 every week, at least, it feels like 1 billion. Did you see the viral video going around? What is it, 2014? Oh, I shouldn't have clicked this. Oh wait, no, we reached that goal. We just had the greatest defense of all time. We allowed less than 200 passing yards per game. Yeah, I guess we did. 200 would be what, 3,400 total yards? Total pass yards allowed? And we only had like 3,000 or something. And then early season reporter, whatever that said. I don't know how to read. 150 tackles, did we? No. Okay, cool. Really? We didn't get 100 total tackles between the 2 safeties? Oh my, we had 147? Richie Grant played that much? So hold on, does it actually count the 2 starting safeties, like Bates and Simmons, or does it just count the 2 with the most, so it would be Grant and Simmons? I mean, either way, we didn't hit it, but also what an interesting thing to say before the year. I don't think the Falcons safeties are gonna get 150 total tackles this year. Like, who says stuff like that? What a weird way to hate. I would argue, elite level hating, but that's just being looking weird. But in our first playoff game here, we are going to be taking on my favorite team, unfortunately, the 8-9 Seattle Seahawks. Only an 82 overall to our 87. They're one of the teams I've already made my custom ratings for, so they're a little lower than some other teams, but they've developed back up here. I think I made Devin Witherspoon an 85, and he did not develop at all this year, so that's cool. You know, if you've seen these videos before, y'all know about the 9-8 magic trick, if you want to call it that. I don't know what to call it. Tragedy. Basically, 9-8 teams are unbeatable in the playoffs in Madden for God knows what reason. Will that be the same for 8-9 teams? Let's find out. Okay, we do win, thankfully. We barely beat them 20-17, but I guess a win is a win. But now we're gonna be taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, coming off of a 31-7 win against the Rams, so that bodes well. And we do not beat them. We lose. I still hate that it doesn't show on the screen what the score was. I have no idea why they took that away. Wait, oh, I'm in preseason. That confused me. We lost 31-21, but it's only year one. Let's get into year two. Let's get into this off season. And this should be I've already used the word weird a million times, but there should be a weird off season. I don't know what we're gonna need to do to this team, but we will find out. I definitely at least know one position group where I want to add a better player. Ooh, it looks like Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers both retired. And Brandon Graham, I almost called him Jimmy Graham. I don't know why. Lane Johnson, that's interesting. They go out losing the Super Bowl to the Chiefs, 35-31. That's tough. I always hate this interview. What is your plan in the offseason? I guess win the draft? I think 80 plus overall in the first 3 rounds is very doable this year. You'll see why. I mean, I haven't even seen the class, but I know something good about the class for the position that we're gonna draft. Ooh, I almost skipped over the re-signings, but I don't know if we can bring anyone back. I mean, we'll be able to restructure some deals, so we should be able to, but we'll pick up the 5th year for Drake London, who isn't interested in the team, so that's a little scary, but we'll pick that up. Hopefully he becomes interested by the time we have to re-sign him. Richie Grant, I mean, he did okay. He's 27 though, and he was really bad in real life last year. I don't care. I kind of want Nate Landman back, maybe Drew Dahlman, but he isn't interested. Rondale Moore, we could upgrade there. It's just kind of a lot of mid. But is there anyone we can cut? Caleb McGarry was kind of horrible. I don't know if that's just, well, it's obviously just a Madden thing. He shouldn't be that bad, but I don't know if he's gonna like just be better next year or if that's gonna be a trend. I don't know how that's gonna be. I'm hoping he does better next year, but he wasn't great. Grady Jarrett, you would maybe think about that in real life, unfortunately, but in Madden, he's pretty great a lot of the time. At least he was in Madden 24. We'll see how he does here. I'm really thinking about cutting Caleb McGarry, though. I don't know if his play last year was worth this. I mean, it definitely wasn't. We'll at the very least cut Mike Hughes. That'll save $3 million. And we'll cut Caleb McGarry. That'll save money. You know, you would obviously keep him in real life, but we could also bring him back, maybe. It's not often that, players get released and then sign back with the team they were on, but we'll see. We'll re-sign Nate Landman if he wants to. 3 years, 18 mil. He takes it. And I do want Drew Dahlman back, but we are just so tight for cap space already. Pause. Is there anyone we can restructure? Probably Kirk, right? That would probably save a crazy amount of money, or we just can't restructure him at all. That's cool. Jesse Bates would save a little bit. AJ Terrell would save a tiny bit. We'll see if Drew Dahlman re-signs. We'll go player friendly. He doesn't. Okay, whatever. He sucked anyways. Let's get into our first free agent class, and we will see if we want to make a move. I do want to look for a lineman, because with, losing McGarry and Dahlman, that isn't amazing. Spencer Brown only allowed 2 sacks last year. Well, let's try to bring him in. I think he's going to be our only signing here just because, we have $670K left in cap space, assuming he signs, and he does. So a very insanely boring free agent class, but we're trying to play it smart here. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of the guys who underperform and bring in one who should perform better for about the same price. Ooh, and we got some dev traits. At least one. Did Drake London have Superstar or did he get it? Okay, he got it, and Kyle Pitts got Superstar Dev too. So we're looking pretty good. I think I am gonna do it though. We're gonna use the cheesy playbook because it would fit exactly what I want to do with this team, which is throw to the number 1 receiver and throw to the tight end, and that's about it. Ooh, and on defense, Arnold Ebiketie thankfully got Superstar Dev. I really liked him as a prospect. He just hasn't been great in the league yet. I mean, he could be a breakout this year. I wouldn't bet on that at this point, but he could be. I think that was our only dev trait on defense, but that's still better than nothing, especially if he keeps playing playing how he has. But let's get to the draft, and I think I know what I'm gonna do. Oh yeah, for some reason I forgot we weren't gonna have an early draft pick. I'm just so used to picking early year one from the amount of 0 overall rebuilds I've done that I'm not used to not having a good draft pick early on. So I was fully planning on taking, who is it? Julian Tyson, but he obviously isn't gonna be available by the time we pick. He looks insane. I mean, he ran a 4.31 with a awareness, man, press, and zone with C player ec, which is basically an A for corners. Pretty good. Wait, does B player ec exist for corners? Okay, probably not. There isn't a single one here. But yeah, I would want him. We can't get him though. There is also Mike Langham, who looks insanely good too, top 5 talent. I think the other guy's better, but this guy looks really good too. I doubt he falls to us, but I mean, if you've played this game before, you know if you use at least if you use strong draft classes like I do, corner classes are just completely loaded. I mean, even Quincy Armstrong, projected round 3 to 4, straight up first round talent, that's probably who we're gonna take at corner. Probably not round 1, but unless one of these guys are available, then we definitely will at some point. But all right, let's get to our pick. I don't know what I'm gonna do because my plan got foiled by me being stupid. Ooh. Oh no, I'm stupid again. Okay, I was looking at projections and I thought this was these players' actual talents. I need to sleep. I've been saying that a lot. I've been recording too late lately. You know, we're in a pretty good spot though, because we don't really need much other than corner. We have a few needs, but not many. But let's see, I might go with Glenn Howard. I didn't focus scout him or anything, but a playmaker receiver with A spec catch, A catching, B medium route, 4.41 speed, good speed, but only solid acceleration, but he does have great agility at least, great strength. I might take him. The only thing is I wish his short and deep route were a little better, or either one of them was a little better, but I still think he's worth the pick. I don't know if he's amazing, but I think he's good. We'll take him. Never mind, he's great. Ranked number 11, got him at 27, but here's the question. Playmaker receivers usually don't have hidden dev. Does he? No, he doesn't. That sucks. But still, ranked number 11, picked at 27, sounds good to me. I don't know why so few playmaker receivers have good dev traits in Madden. It's really weird. But in round 2, let's not take a chance on Quincy Armstrong getting picked. I mean, he probably would go before our next pick in the 3rd round, so we'll take him here. The only problem is he isn't 100% scouted. Can that skew the overall talent? I don't know. Well, it's not like anything important isn't scouted, like block shed, returning, and we already have a pretty good range of what those ratings are. All right, we'll take him. Only 21 years old too. This guy might have the same problem as the receiver with not having a dev trait, because a lot of the time corners don't, but either way, he's a good player. Ranked 16, got him at 59. Normal dev, that sucks, but hey, good overall, so we'll take it. 2 normal devs does suck, but whatever. Oh, and I forgot about the center. I mean, I guess I had to pick that corner if I wanted to get him. The center is gone though. There was a 1st to 2nd round talent center I focus scouted, but whatever. This isn't that good of an O-line class anyways. Wait a minute. Am I stupid? Am I being stupid again? Hold on. I went to strength. Oh, I was looking at speed. I am stupid. I was like, okay, Will Green has great strength. So I clicked him and I switched over and I see good strength and I'm like, huh? I'm really smart, by the way. I mean, he is fast. That's cool. And strong. Is he good? I just don't like his finesse. But A run block, A lead block. I wish he had an A power rating. He's probably not great, but we're pretty desperate for a center. So let's pick him anyways. Ranked 108, picked at 91. That's better than I thought he would be, honestly. Hidden dev at least. This was certainly a draft. I mean, 2 good picks. Just again, the dev traits is whatever. But here's how we did in the draft. Glenn Howard is a 78 overall. Very good player. Should immediately be our number 2 receiver, I think. And obviously what's going to be a pretty, pass heavy offense. So I like that pick a lot. Definitely worth the 1st round pick, obviously. Quincy Armstrong, 77 overall. Now, will either of these 2 players ever develop? I mean, I guess they could if they do well enough and gain a dev trait, but we'll see. Then Will Green's a 73. He's fine. He'll start, which is exactly what I wanted. Someone who can start. Thankfully, he does have a dev trait, obviously, so he actually has some upside here. And then the CPU picked a solid running back in Floyd Hardy, 74 overall, probably. Oh, he does have a dev trait. Oh, he's one of these players that have 99 break tackle. What is it like playing the game with someone with 99 break tackle? I mean, theoretically, if you got 99 break tackle, are you untackleable? I mean, I guess probably not. Nobody in real life is untackleable, and I bet there's somebody in Madden that has 99 break tackle, maybe. Still always weird to get these type of players. Again, still why we need A+ ratings, because that would only show up as an A, but also like an 85 or something would show up as an A, maybe even lower, I don't know. And then the rest of the draft was not great, but overall pretty good first draft for the picks we had. So let's get into year 2 and we will see how the team's looking. But, ooh, Christian Benford apparently got cut by the Bills. I wonder why? Isn't he their #1 corner in real life? Or I guess Rasul Douglas, but we'll pick him up. Wait, who else do they have? Did they sign someone? I mean, he would have been their 3rd corner. They also signed, or no, well, Teron Johnson's a slot corner. Like, why did they keep Daquan Hardy over Christian Benford? That's interesting. Well, we'll take it. That definitely helps us. We don't have the strongest corner group ever. But here's a look at the team heading into year number 2. We may or may not have gotten -10 morale because I answered a question wrong, I guess. So what I've been doing is, you know, when it asks, where do you think this team improved the most in the offseason? I just pick like a random position where we have a pretty good player, and most of the time it'll just accept that, whether we, you know, actually added someone there or not. But I picked QB, which is what I usually pick, and I guess Kirk Cousins isn't good enough. I don't know. I mean, obviously we didn't add him, but most of the time that doesn't matter for some reason. It's weird. But apparently it mattered this time, so the game's hating on Kirk, I guess. I'm still learning stuff about this game, obviously. It's been on early access for like 3 days, so give me a break. But yeah, this team is very good, obviously. 85 overall offense, 87 defense. Now, unfortunately, we're probably going to be worse this year, I would assume. Oh yeah, and we actually are in a really interesting situation, obviously, with the quarterback spot. It might be better for us to start Michael Penix, the younger he is, and try to get him a dev trait early on so he can develop even more throughout the whole rebuild. I don't know if I'm going to do that this year, but it is an option for sure. And it's not like it's the most unrealistic thing ever. I mean, he could start as early as next year. I mean, he could start as early as this year if Kirk gets hurt or something. Should we? I feel like that would be the more fun option than Kirk. I mean, I feel like Kirk will do better, but this is more of a long-term play. You know what? Let's give Michael Penix a shot. I mean, Kirk is like, what, 37 here? Yeah, 37. Let's bring in the young guy who isn't even that young for a rookie. I mean, he's already 25 here, 24 in real life. But let's get into the year, and we will see how this team does with a very much new look offense. All right, well, Madden's a perfectly normal and realistic game. We are 1-5 at the midseason. I was gonna be, you know, pessimistic, and I was gonna jokingly predict 2-5 at the start of the year. Even worse, 1-5. I didn't want to start out super negative with my predictions, but that would have been a good guess. What's the problem? It isn't even our offense, by the way. It wasn't because we changed the offensive playbook. Our offense is top 10. It is, we have one of the worst defenses in the league. We're bottom 4 for points per game allowed. We're 29th. What's happening? Do we have no pass rush? Ooh, okay. Michael Penix has interesting numbers so far. 1,600 yards, 17 touchdowns. That's really good through only 6 games. 10 touchdowns, though. Not as good. Damn, wait. This is through only 6 games? Is he on pace to throw like 20-something picks? Are there any linemen we need to bench here? Spencer Brown sucks, but the rest of our line is pretty good. We'll see, though. We don't really have a choice to, you know, replace Spencer Brown with. Well, we have a little interior pressure. Rukarororo has 3.5 sacks, 3 for Grady Jarrett, 2 for David Onyemata, but Ebiketie has 1, and Matt Judon has 0. That's a certified EA moment if I've ever seen one. But we have some re-signings to worry about here. Some pretty important ones, and we do not have the cap space still. Freeing up that Kirk Cousins deal is it's gonna feel great. I definitely want Kyle Pitts back. I mean, this is more of an investment than anything, because I think he's gonna develop. I don't know if he's gonna hit a 99 by the end of this, but this is the Chiefs offense, so he should get a ridiculous amount of production. So 6 years, 104 mil. He does take it, thankfully, and that's all we can do here. God, we have 4 storylines, though. Do I feel like checking these? I'll check them, but I won't show it because this is gonna take forever. Unless something important happens, then I won't show it. Okay, now at the end of the year, we finished 8-9, but that was enough to win the division and make the playoffs. I mean, I'll give the game one thing. I don't know that the NFC South is the strongest division, but I guess this is a year in the future, so things could be different. Don't know how we went only 8-9. Well, I know how. This game's simulation is garbage, but at least we made the playoffs. Our offense actually regressed, and our defense got better in the second half of the year. So we're probably going to be benching some players for the playoffs here. I didn't bench anyone at the midseason, but Michael Penix, Interesting first year. Definitely, we would have done much better if we put Kirk Cousins in, obviously, but I wanted to try Michael Penix, obviously. I explained why at the beginning of the year to get him development, and he did pretty good, pretty well. 4,100 yards, 31 picks, or 31 touchdowns, 21 picks. I mean, if he cut those picks in half, this would be a really good year, but I mean, it is still a good year, just the interceptions, man. Also, he got sacked 41 times, so maybe the interceptions weren't entirely his fault. Oh, and Bijan only 800 yards? This is like the worst I've ever seen him do. I mean, I know it's the Chiefs offense, but he only got 4 yards a carry. Normally, he gets like almost 6. He's usually insane in this game. I don't know what has been happening. But Drake London was surprisingly easily our leading receiver in terms of yards and touchdowns with 1,400 yards and 18 touchdowns. Should be up there for Offensive Player of the Year. I mean, with a year like that, I'm also wondering if he can get close to a 99 by the end of this, because I'm assuming he'll get X Factor for that, which I don't think that plays a role in development, but, you know, getting that many yards should be some good XP. We'll see, though. I thought Kyle Pitts would do more, though. 900 yards, 5 touchdowns. Howard didn't do much as a rookie. Mooney didn't do much either. We're kind of just throwing to 2 players, obviously. Mostly just Drake London, but honestly, 490 passing attempts isn't that crazy when you consider we only ran the ball, like, I don't even know how many times, like 360. Oh, we had the least rushing yards in the league. That's not great. We did have the 3rd most passing yards, but that's stupid. The Falcons have arguably, like, I wouldn't say the best running back group between the top 2, but easily one of, with Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier. And we had the worst rushing game in the league. That's crazy. I don't know. Either way, Spencer Brown and Jake Matthews both sucked, and Will Green, and kinda Matt Bergeron. At least he was a little better than that group. Chris Lindstrom was solid, but that's rough between these 3. I'm definitely benching Spencer Brown for the playoffs, but how did he do that much better for the Bills? He only allowed 2 sacks last year. That's a really pass-heavy offense in Madden too. Yeah, I mean, they passed 506 times this year. The difference is they also ran the ball, unlike us, I guess. Or at least they ran the ball well. I don't know. Usually Spencer Brown is horrible in Madden, so I was hoping that would be different here because it looked like he did well, but we'll bench him. We'll definitely have to draft a lineman or 2 this year because we have no depth. But on defense, we had a lot of tackles, which isn't really a good thing. Quincy Armstrong with 119 at corner. I mean, he played slot corner for us, but that's still absurd. 109 for Landman, 103 for Ellis. TFL's 19 for Jarrett, 13 for Judon, 12 for Ebikadi, and 11 for Arororo. That's gonna get old fast trying to say his name. But sacks, 10.5 for Grady Jarrett led the team, 5.5 for Arororo. I need to load up every time I'm about to say it. God, just saying his name messed up all my other words in that sentence, but whatever. Moving on. Ebikadi, 5 sacks, 3 for Judon. Let's change our defensive playbook. Should we, though? I don't know. That year 1 was so good. I almost want to leave it, but what would we even switch to? I just don't know a 3-4 defensive playbook that's good. I feel like there isn't a single one that's consistently good. With 4-3, I at least know a couple that do well most of the time, but 3-4, nuh-uh. But AJ Terrell had 5 picks, 2 for Armstrong, 1 for Simmons. Did I already read that out? I don't know. But MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. Who would have guessed? Oh my God. We get cucked. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Brandon Ayuk, Drake London at 2. Defensive Player of the Year goes to... Do you guys believe my theory now? I want y'all to listen to my theory again. When you are playing franchise, the game actively works against you. I don't think I have ever seen Marshawn Lattimore win Defensive Player of the Year, but when we're using a division rival of the Saints, he wins it. I do see Shaq Thompson and Vita Vea up here every once in a while. Not so much Kalijah Cansey, but I've seen people in my comments after I say something like that. I don't know. It was a while ago, but I still remember someone being like, yeah, you didn't know that was a thing or something along those lines. I was like, is that something that EA's like confirmed, that the game works against the team you're using in simulation? I have no idea. That's absolutely the dumbest thing I've ever heard if that's true. That just makes it less fun. But it's just so weird how consistently when we user a team, it makes the division rivals do much better. I mean, if we had a horrible team and they were just getting to beat up on us all the time, pause, then that would make sense. But we have a great roster and we were 14-3 last year and we won the division, so I don't know. Dog. Saints player, offensive rookie of the year, Jamie Oakley. Saint, Buck. Glenn Howard at number 8. Buccaneer, defensive rookie of the year, Brooks Smith. Cam Fleming, Saints, number 2. What is this? Okay, I need to breathe. We are in the playoffs here, thankfully, against the Green Bay Packers, which is not exactly the least scary team in the world. They are bad in Madden for some reason. I mean, I don't know if they changed overalls. They maybe have, but them, the Giants, and the Cardinals were all only 78 overalls day one, so I don't know if that is still the case, but they were one of the lowest overall teams in Madden, tied for it, which is weird, but what isn't weird in this game? But let's see, do I care? We have 3 storylines. This is too much reading. I can't take it. Give up less than 1,300 rushing yards? I doubt that happened. That did not happen. Halfback involved in offense. This was like he needed 90 catches and 50 rushing attempts, or the other way around, which, like, why is it only 90? That's such a weird ratio for a running back. Why only 90 rushes but 50 receptions? You're the starter. You're not like the third down back. I don't know. There was also like one that was for Drake London where it was like get him 6 catches and 3 rushing attempts for Drake London. Or I think one of them was like 4 catches and 3 rushing attempts or something like that, but I went with the one that was like 8 catches and 2 rushing attempts because it was the most sane one. But let's see. I don't know what I'm signing myself up for. Our D-line needs to work on power moves, I guess. That gives like +3 power moves, right? Or something like that. +5, okay, for the next game. But let's see if we can win a playoff game here. No. We lose. Oh, it just doesn't show up. It shows some, but not ours. 28-20 against a worse overall team while we're at home. I mean, they have a better record, but they shouldn't have. They shouldn't have one. But all right, I think I know what we need to fix, so we should be more successful next year, hopefully. The only question is, do we want to change this defensive playbook, or should we stick with it? It was really good year one and really horrible this year. It did get better this year, though, but we had no pass rush, which is usually a playbook scheme. We just got absolutely bodied in the run game on both sides of the ball. We had the worst run game on offense and the worst pass D. What did I just say? The worst rushing offense and the worst run D. That's what I meant to say. I'm gonna use the I'm tired excuse again. But all right, we're probably gonna cut a lot of players this year, or at least we'll see. We'll see who we can cut. I know at least one if we can. I'm not sure yet. We could release Kirk Cousins. That's who I was thinking of. It would save 32 mil. It would be a 25 mil penalty. I doubt we could trade him away. We could restructure him. That'd save 21 mil. Would that be better than cutting him? We'll just cut him. It saves more. Honestly, Jake Matthews really sucked. He was like pretty good the first year, at least for Madden. I mean, 7 sacks. How many did he allow in real life? Let me just good old PFF stats. Not that they're perfect, but I think they're a little better than Madden stats. Weird comparison to make because one's real life, one's a simulation, but whatever. He did allow 5 in real life. The most he's ever allowed in a season apparently is 8, and he allowed 10 here, so that's cool. And he's been playing for like 10 years almost. 12? Wait, what? Why does he have 12 years experience? He got drafted in 2014. Wouldn't it be 11? We're in the ignore me. Brain no work. We're in the future here. I was thinking we were still like in real life in the same year. I just wasn't thinking at all. Maybe I shouldn't record tonight. All I do know is I'm restructuring all these deals and we're gonna have some money, all right? I hope. We can't even restructure that many deals though. But we do now thankfully have 40 mil in cap. And who do we want to re-sign? We'll pick up the 5th year for Bijan. Arnold Ebiketie was not good. He was good the first year though. I mean, I use the word good loosely. I mean, 8.5 sacks is like solid, but with how many snaps he played, you would hope that he would get at least 8.5 or about 8.5 if, you know, we're being realistic. But I think we're unfortunately gonna let him go. I just don't trust him. Do I really want anyone? Oh, I do want Grady Jarrett back. I always sign him because he does really well in this game. I mean, we saw that here. He had 10 sacks. David Onyemata was pretty good too. I mean, kind of fell off. Wait, I thought did he have 2.5 sacks the midseason and then not get another one? I don't know. He's old. I thought he did better than that, honestly, stats-wise, but all right. Caden Ellis is here, but he's not interested in 31. So let's get into free agency, and what do we need? Probably an offensive lineman, but I don't know if we'll do that through free agency. Ooh, and for dev traits. So unfortunately, Michael Penix didn't get one. I was hoping he would get star, but whatever. But Drake London and Kyle Pitts both got X Factor. I don't really know why Pitts got, I mean, he was good, especially for a tight end, but I'm surprised this was enough for X Factor. Oh yeah, I forgot he had a 1,000-yard season. I feel like Kyle Pitts is one of the most underutilized players I've ever seen in my life. Like, just throw him the ball, dog. Like, it ain't that deep. He's a crazy good player. Arthur Smith is a good play caller, but he is literally the worst, like, personnel user I've ever seen in my life. I don't even think it's close, other than maybe like, not Marvin Jones, Marvin, whatever his name was, the Bengals head coach, but he just didn't use rookies, so I don't know. Arthur Smith was definitely worse. I'm just yapping. But also, Floyd Hardy, superstar dev, that's cool, I guess. He should be a good number 2. And, ooh, Armstrong did get star dev, thankfully, probably for the tackles, because that's super important for a corner. What did that say? I thought that said 99 man. But I mean, still 90 man. I guess it's an 89 because he's playing with negative morale still. That's still really good for a year 2 player. But yeah, we definitely have some big needs on this team now that we've let some of our older players go. And this is an interesting free agent class. It is a very old free agent class. The top 4 players are all 34 years old. This isn't great. Damn, Garrett Bowles would already be 34 at this point. Wasn't he like a 26-year-old rookie or something? I don't know. Bernard Ryman is here. Does he do well? Yes, but can I trust this? Don't know. I know I said I probably wasn't gonna sign a lineman, but I feel like tackles are a different story. Drafting tackles usually does not go well. I mean, 90% of the time signing linemen doesn't go well either, but at least there's a better chance. I might keep 3 good tackles, honestly, just because we're gonna have to bench 1 inevitably, so we might as well bench 1 for a good overall one. The strategies you have to use in this game are so interesting. I mean, having a good third tackle is obviously, you know, you want that in real life, but that's an injury thing, obviously. Not a, oh, hey, this great lineman might just play horribly this year randomly. Whatever, I've already ranted too many times. I feel like my videos have just devolved into me complaining about the game for an hour and a half. Whatever, y'all are used to that by this point. But yeah, Bernard Ryman is the only player we're gonna go for. Let's see if he wants to sign. No, he doesn't. He goes to the Cardinals. No, he doesn't. Okay, that's weird. I just needed to reverse jinx it, and the game would prove me wrong. He does sign with us. It seemed like he didn't want to sign with us, obviously, because we had a good offer. And then the Cardinals made a good offer too, but he chose us. I don't know that that's ever happened for me. I feel like I, again, explained that really horribly, but whatever. Let's get to the draft. But here in the draft, we are in a really interesting position. We pick at number 19. Of course, we made the playoffs, but lost round 1. The Packers went on to win the Super Bowl. I thought they lost it. I don't know. There are some good players this year. I just don't know who's going to be available by the time we pick. Okay, I was thinking Johnny Herman would be a little better before I focus scouted him. I mean, he's solid first to second round, or no, I was reading the first to second round talent, Aaron Tucker, but he's a first round talent, so that's a fair ranking. He's good. Oh my God, I hate how it doesn't pause. Again, I always say this. I don't know when they're gonna fix this, if they fix this, or if they're gonna introduce it as a fix or a feature next year. Them, you know, making it so turning off draft clock actually turns off the draft clock. I hate that. But yeah, we're in a weird spot because most players I want are projected to go before we pick, but there are still some good ones. We could trade back this year. We're definitely not in a position to trade up. We have too many holes on this team. I was thinking about it, but I was like, no, we can't. Ooh, wait a minute. Trey Watts is still available. Is he the corner that looked really good? Wait, he's not a corner at all. Wait, what? What just happened? That was a player that had already gone, but was still on the draft board for a second. Sure thing, Madden, why not? Ooh, okay, Jeremy Herman is still available. That's cool. There are some good looking players here though. I really liked, okay, there was a mid-first round corner that looked crazy. Who was it? There's a Ray Rice. Was that him? Wait, that might have been the corner. I didn't look at the names, but there was also a Jason Campbell. I think that was the corner. Ray Rice is crazy. That's, I mean, those are certainly 2 players of all time in real life. And well, Campbell was the one I wanted. I think he had like all A ratings. At least I think he was the one. I would have noticed Ray Rice if I looked at him. Oh, I thought Gio Battle would be really good. He does look insanely good. It's just first to second round talent. Oh, he's slow. Okay, yeah, that'll do it. Okay, I think we'll just go with the receiver. We don't really need a receiver, but maybe we should just draft for need here because we do, again, have some massive issues. But the first round talent edge rusher is gone. He was only first to second, but again, that would have been an upgrade. I'm almost tempted to trade down because I don't really want another receiver. I just don't know how much playing time Herman's gonna get, and he is a playmaker type, which scares me. But picking a playmaker type in the first round, they do have hidden dev more often than, you know, like second to 4th round ones. Am I overthinking this? Absolutely. Well, I don't know. I just don't want to make a bad pick. What's his injury? B. I used to be better at spotting which players were gonna have normal dev. I just kind of forgot how to do it. I just haven't even thought about it in a while. I've focused more on, you know, just drafting good overall players. Okay, here's why I'm not gonna take Herman. We can probably just get Jeffrey round 2, or even Tony Gordon looks solid. Or not Tony Gordon. Or yeah, Tony Gordon looks fine. I was thinking about Jamie Anthony though. Either of those two look solid. Not as good as these ones, but solid. Ooh, wait. Robert Freeman, day 3. Okay, he ran a 4.40 and a 4.35 at his pro day and only has good speed, solid acceleration. I've seen receivers run like a 4.5 something and have good speed and good acceleration. This game has turned me into like it's made me angry. I say this all the time, but I'm scared of the person I become when I play Madden franchise. Let's see. Who do I want to go with? I think we are just going to trade back, honestly. There's nobody here who blows me away. There's nobody here that would be a steal, and usually I like to look for steals. I like to steal. How far should we trade down, though? I almost want to trade all the way out of the 1st round. Everyone I want is projected to go, like, after round 1, other than Herman. Let's trade down to, like, the 1st pick of round 2. I don't really care about the 5th year option. Okay, we're gonna trade from 19 to 33. We're gonna get 65 and 129 from the Patriots. Now, this isn't really a realistic trade for the Patriots, because usually, you know, if you're in a bad spot, you don't want to trade up. I mean, I guess it depends. Maybe they see someone really good at 19. We can make that excuse, but they had the number 1 pick, so they probably need to fill their roster. Maybe not, though. But at 33, who do we want to take first? Unfortunately, the receiver's gone. I mean, I expected that, but I guess there was a world he could have been. Ooh, wait, I didn't even notice this guy. Braxton Wheatley. Now, it's not like O-line's our biggest need on paper, but I am still scared of it, and he is good. I mean, he's only 90% scouted, but okay. He put up 45 bench reps. That'll do it. Probably gonna have like 90 strength or something. His ratings are just good. Nothing insane. But with that paired with the 45 bench reps, I'm surprised he's not a top 5 talent. Do we take him or do we take a bigger need? But to be fair, none of these guys that are scouted are like massive needs. It's receiver, safety, which I don't even know. I don't know why I bothered focus scouting him. We're good at safety. Oh yeah, I wanted to see if we can maybe move him to slot corner, but I don't know. Let's just go with Wheatley. We'll just go with the good player because I don't know what else to do. Rank 20, got him at 33. Hidden dev, 97 strength. Sounds good to me. But now about mid round 2, who's still left? Okay, Caleb Jeffrey and Geo Battle are still available. Let's go with Caleb Jeffrey. Only 21 years old. He's also only 5'8", so that's not great. Definitely doesn't only look 21 years old, but I don't know if I've ever seen a player's face accurate to their age in Madden. But he ran a 4.32, has great speed, elite acceleration, really good ratings. I think he would be a mid 1st round talent if he didn't have F medium route, so that's unlucky. But we'll take him. Maybe won't start year 1, but I mean, it's not like Darnell Mooney's been great yet, so we could even just start him over Mooney. We'll take him. Ranked number... Oh, okay, that was just a fine pick. Ranked 42, got him at 51. Hidden dev, though, 95 speed, 95 excel, sounds good. Round 3, Geo Battle's still here. I mean, I'm not even really looking at anyone that isn't, like, fully scouted, which probably isn't the best strategy ever, but, I mean, I already kind of know who I want. Would Dennis Lashley be better, though? It all depends on his 40 time. What's his 40 time? It's better, but not a whole lot better. He might be better, though. I don't know. If he was, he probably would have been picked by now, though. That's my only thing. This is a tougher draft class than I expected. It isn't, like, terrible. It's just confusing. Odd. Oh, no, he is still here. Okay, Anthony Fox. I kinda might. Yeah, that's definitely what I meant to say. I'm kind of thinking about taking him here. I mean, he's a 1st to 2nd round talent, probably gonna go before our next pick, and we do pretty desperately need a linebacker, so I'm glad I remembered to look for him. There also could be a good middle linebacker, but I'd rather just take the player that we know is good. Ooh, how about DeAndre Weathers, though? Ooh, elite speed, A awareness and player act, just not the best in coverage, and we don't know what his pursuit is. I guess Anthony Fox isn't the best, and he's probably worse in coverage, because this is outside linebacker coverage, which, you know, Madden obviously mixes with edge rushers, so his B zone is probably like a 58. We'll still take him. We'll take the guaranteed good player. Rank number 43, got him at 65. No dev trait, though. We're getting so unlucky with the dev traits here. I mean, to be fair, we've been picking positions where usually players do have normal dev, like playmaker receivers, day 2 corners, and run stopper linebackers. Those are like the perfect recipe for normal dev, but I like complaining, apparently, all right? Leave me alone. But let's see. I'll make one more pick. Who do I want? We do need a defensive tackle. We don't have a good defensive tackle on the roster. I mean, we have defensive ends, which I guess could be enough, but, you know, our third D lineman will play a little bit. Is there anyone here who's decent, though? That's the only question. I always look for the best block shedding, as long as they aren't horrible at everything else like these two. Bobby Basnight, if that's how you say that name, just ridiculously fast like all Madden defensive tackles. He ran a 4.18. I don't know if he's great, though. Only B to D awareness and C play rec, but he does have, you know, the A finesse moves, A hit power, B tackle. This doesn't feel like this was a great draft, but we'll still take him. Yeah, not a great pick. 138 got him at 83, but he does have hidden dev at least. He'll play, he'll develop. He'll eventually look like a better pick than this is saying, so that's fine. At least I knew. That was another interesting draft class. We're really fitting the Falcons real life theme. I guess we didn't take a backup quarterback and like 4 defensive linemen like they did, though. But here's how we did in the draft. It was decent. Braxton Wheatley is a 77 overall. Honestly, not as good as I was expecting. I thought he would be like a 79, honestly. He's good, though, just bad finesse, and his power isn't like incredible or anything. Just strong. That's mostly it for now, but should develop. I have no idea where we're gonna play him. Maybe left guard or move like Lindstrom to left guard. I don't know. Caleb Jeffrey's solid. Anthony Fox is solid. Baz Knight, that wasn't a great pick, but he will play. And wait, is DeAndre Weathers the linebacker I wanted to take? Well, that worked out. He also was pretty good. Probably would have been a better pick because he actually had hidden dev. I mean, I couldn't know that for sure, but I bet Fox is going to go down to like a 73 at middle linebacker. Oh no, he stays the same. That's rare for a run stopper linebacker. So I guess he was the right pick, but no, I guess Weathers was because he had a dev trait, but guess what? We got both, so, and we'll start Weathers, so I guess he would have been the better pick there. And then the CPU picked a good safety too, or a decent safety, and a decent corner, so we'll take it. The CPU almost did better than me there. That's crazy. Wait, I do want to check out the rest of the class. Was that just a bad draft, or what happened? Oh, there were some really good corners that went early on. Trey Watts is an 83 overall. Is already 23 years old, but I mean, he's a really good player. There were 3 82s. No, this was a really strong draft class. Mostly top heavy. Pretty much all first rounders, but oh wait, Deion Daniels, he wasn't even on my radar. I didn't even really notice him. Oh, he's just really fast. Okay, cool. I probably would have taken him and not traded down if I would have noticed him, but you win some, you lose some. I guess the players we got, you know, in total were, I guess, better or more valuable than just one good player, but I'm just making excuses, I guess. But let's get into year 3 and we will see how the team's looking. But here's a look at the team heading into year 3. It's, you know, we definitely have a younger team now, thankfully. I guess we're worse in overall heading into the year than we were last year. Or were we an 85 to start the year last year? I don't remember, but either way, we got younger at the very least. But we have an 88 overall offense and then an 85 overall defense. The one thing we were not able to upgrade with this team that I am very scared about is this pass rush. We'll see how the combo of Matt Judon and Braylon Trice does. I mean, that's possibly what the No, wait, Braylon Trice went down for the year with an injury, so that's tough. But, you know, maybe next year sometime this will be the duo if, like, Ebiketie gets hurt or something. But we'll see what Braylon Trice can do. He got 2 sacks last year, and it looks like not many snaps, but sometimes it's weird. This could be like 400 snaps or something. I don't know. Something's weird about the snap numbers in Madden. It counts like special teams as defensive snaps, or I don't know what it is, but they always seem too high compared to the stats. But yeah, anyways, also I forgot that we had Brandon Dorless. I just forgot he existed, so we didn't really need to reach on Baz Knight, so that was definitely a bad pick, but oh well, at least he has hidden dev. We'll see, maybe he can become something. I don't know. I just moved Grady Jarrett to defensive tackle. He went up like 3 overall, so we'll take it. But all right, y'all have seen the team. It's looking pretty good. We also have good O-line depth now, so I'm cool with that. We signed, you know, some all right free agents, some pretty good ones. We filled the depth out pretty well. But let's get to the midseason point of year 3, and I have zero clue how this team's gonna do. We might do well, we might do horribly, we might do okay. Only time will tell, I guess. Not much time, but time will tell. All right, we are 2-4 at the midseason. The Ravens have the same overall team as us, but are 6-1. Let's, what is wrong with our run D? Like, we have a good D line. We have good run defending edge rushers and linebackers and stuff. We should maybe be struggling in coverage. I know that sounds crazy because we have good safeties, but I feel like we would just get destroyed, you know, underneath or in the short game because we don't have great coverage linebackers, and we do have good corners though. I don't know. Let's change our defensive playbook. I don't know what to, but something. I kind of want to try, this is the 3-4 defensive playbook I always go with. I kind of want to try the Cardinals. That one works well for me sometimes. The Bucks is the one I always used to go with for 3-4. I used it recently and it did pretty well. It just suffers from the same problem as like every defense in this game, getting like 0 interceptions when you use that team, I guess. What's like the best defense in the league right now? For yards, the Titans, but they've only played 6 games. The 49ers for teams that have played 7. And for points, the Raiders have only allowed 112 in 7 games. But they're a 4-3, so that's tough. Or no, they're a 3-4. They're a 3-4? I shouldn't be recording it almost 1 in the morning again. I mean, I guess 4-2-5 isn't really a thing in Madden, but this is so tough. I'm gonna use the Buccaneers. I feel like the Raiders only do well because they have Max Crosby. We'll try this. We'll try the Bucks. If it doesn't work, then that's tough. Ooh, on the bright side, Turbin has Superstar Dev, the safety, the CPU pick. I'm starting him as the slot corner, which probably isn't great because he's terrible in coverage, but whatever. But all right, what lineman are we gonna bench this year? Chris Lindstrom sucks at left guard. That's cool. Honestly, the tackles aren't too bad though. Is it really just our defense? I don't know. Again, our stats aren't even that bad. But all right, let's put Lindstrom back at right guard, where he belongs, I guess. And we'll try Wheatley at left guard. I mean, he was doing well at right. It's just, again, Lindstrom wasn't doing well at left. But all right, let's get to the end of year number 3, and we will see how this team does. But okay, here we are at the end of year number 3, and if you've seen one of these videos before, y'all know why we're here. Before I reveal how we did in year 3, if you haven't already, again, be sure to leave a like on the video if you've enjoyed my struggling so far, my suffering even. Again, what was the goal? 3,000 likes, and I'll do oh yeah, I can't say what I'm gonna do, but it will be a ton of fun. It's gonna take a long time to set up, as it did last time. Oh god, I didn't even think of that. Last time I set it up, it literally took me a month to set up. Okay, it might be a while before I do that, but it will be fun. That was tough. Okay, I'll figure it out. But also, like I said, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Trying to hit 100K by the end of the year. And if you like rebuilds, that is, of course, literally all I do on the channel. Some are more successful than others, obviously, in terms of simulation. And again, let me know any fun rebuild ideas y'all have down in the comments. That's where I get most suggestions from. But at the end of year 3, we got some pretty good development this year. I mean, we're up to an 89 overall. Really, the main dev trait we're hoping for this offseason is Michael Penix. We'll have to see if he did well enough to get one. His ratings are pretty good. His accuracy is really good. Only the 30th ranked quarterback in the league, though, still, so he needs a dev trait. I'm a little surprised they didn't give him one, especially because he is older. It's so hard for him to develop, even if he does well, because he is already 24 in real life and has no dev trait. Like, that's just the terrible combo. But on a positive side of development, Turbin is already up to an 81 overall. He gained 10 overall in his rookie year, I think, so he's looking good. I think we'll move him to straight up corner next year instead of just playing as one. But in year number 3, if you couldn't already guess, we did make the playoffs, thankfully. We barely made them, but at least we made them. But let's check out our season stats. Okay, good year from Michael Penix. 4,000 yards, 35 touchdown passes, 14 picks, which is still a little high, but we'll take it. That's not too bad, considering everything else he did. That sounds negative. I mean the good stuff he did. But Bijan Robinson was thankfully good this year. 1,100 yards, 4.6 per carry, 16 touchdowns. Definitely not the, again, like, almost 6 yards a carry I'm used to with him, but better than it has been, or better than it was last year at least. Drake London, 1,400 yards and 21 touchdowns. About 850 for Kyle Pitts, 800 for Howard. Not much for Jeffrey as a rookie, unfortunately. But blocking? Jake Matthews sucked at right tackle. Ah yes, I love my 97 overall guard allowing 8 sacks. Will Green and Braxton Wheatley were at least good, but DeAndre Weathers as a rookie led the team with 110 tackles. That's cool. TFLs 14 for Judon. And then sacks 8 for Rook Arororo, 6 for Judon, 5 for Trice. Really, really, really horrible. So that's cool. And then interceptions 6 for AJ Terrell, 3 for Justin Simmons, 2 for Turbin and Bates, and 1 for Fox. We'll take it. But yearly awards, MVP goes to Dak with Mahomes at number 2 and Lamar at number 3. I don't know if I've seen a different player win MVP other than one of those 3. No, I guess I've seen Jordan Love, so that isn't totally fair, but it's been even more repeating than Madden 24. Do I need to get my custom rosters set up sooner than I expected? Because maybe that's the issue here. I don't know. Ooh, that's something different for once. Jared Wiley up there for offensive player of the year because it looks like Travis Kelce retired. It's refreshing to see something different. I hate this game. Why can Drake London not win offensive player of the year? Dak wins it. A quarterback wins offensive player of the year. I want to say some things I can't say on YouTube. Bijan at 8. If we get cucked by a division rival or we won't win defensive player of the year. We won't even have a player up here. Oh, we actually do. No, AJ Terrell for getting 6 picks was up here, thankfully. And it isn't a division rival. Then Jeremy Herman, it's got to rub something in my face. Wins offensive rookie of the year. I mean, he wouldn't have because we wouldn't have used him as much as the Cowboys did. But of course, the player that we traded down and didn't take wins offensive rookie of the year. That's cool. Caleb Jeffrey at number 4. And then defensive rookie of the year is top 2 Commanders. Interesting. Turbin at 4. Curse for the Rams at 5. Is this just like the 2013 Seahawks team? Turbin, Curse. I don't know. But yeah, Weathers was up there. That's cool. Fox at 10. Wait, Fox all the way down at 10. Wait, Weathers all the way down at 6? Really? I thought Madden cared way too much about tackles. He had 110. I guess he had no picks. At least he had a sack and 3 TFLs, but unlucky. At least we're in the playoffs, though. We are going to be taking on the 9-8 Minnesota Vikings, but we are also 9-8. But we're the better overall team, and we're at home, so we'll see how this goes. We did beat them in Week 18, so it's interesting to play back-to-back games, but let's see what happens here. Big surprise, we lose. Does the suffering stop? Do the voices go away? But 4 re-signings. Wait, did I forget to re-sign players at the midseason? I absolutely did. I don't even know the last time I've forgotten that. That's crazy. And this was a horrible year to forget because we have to re-sign Drake London, Jesse Bates, Matt Bergeron. He's not interested. I'm good. Justin Simmons got X Factor, but he's regressing. I mean, he's, the main theme of this rebuild, so I'll try to bring him back, but we'll see. Okay, we'll at least go very player friendly for Drake London, obviously. 6 years, 221 mil. He does take it. Okay. Jesse Bates, we'll go 4 years, 98 mil. He takes it. Justin Simmons, we'll re-sign him in free agency. I mean, we'll see if he takes like 2 years, 13. He doesn't. Shocker. How much is a tag for a strong safety? 17 mil. I'm good. We'll pick up the 5th year for Michael Penix. Still no dev trait. I don't know how. I thought 35 touchdown passes was automatic star. I don't know how this game works. Spencer Brown, that's hilarious. Goodbye. Matt Judon, it's been fun, but you haven't gotten more than 6 sacks in a year. I'm good. But we're gonna go into free agency with a very good amount of cap space. I might bring back those 2 players because, again, they're the theme of the rebuild, but we knew we couldn't keep them forever because they're both older, obviously. I think I said that at the beginning of this. But in free agency, there are some good players. Aiden Hutchinson's only a 92 by this point. That's kind of surprising, but, we need pass rush, so we'll probably sign him. He's not interested, though, so actually, I don't know if we can. Hey, we'll try. Might as well. Ooh, Rashee Rice is here. Do I want to sign him in back-to-back rebuilds? Actually, it wouldn't be back-to-back. I may or may not have signed him in the Seahawks rebuild I did, which, if you haven't seen that, I guess go watch that to find out if I signed Rashee Rice there. Guess you'll never know unless you watch that video. Damn, he's pretty expensive, though. Whoa, okay, hold on. I knew George Karlaftis wasn't great in this game. He had 1 sack this last year. It looks like he's maybe been, replaced. It looks like he at least didn't get many tackles. He got a solid amount of TFLs, but only 1 sack. Who would the Chiefs have gotten? Did, Felix Anudike Uzama develop or something? That would have been a lot of development, though. I'm curious now. What happened there? Did they, unnecessarily add a bunch of players? They don't have a left end on the roster, and then they have Mike Dana and Cedric Johnson. Why is Cedric Johnson? Oh, no, that's right. I was thinking of Cedric Gray. I was going to say, why is he a defensive end? I'm stupid. God, dude, we are still so desperate for pass rush, though. There's just nobody here good. But all right, we're going to go for a good amount of players. We are going to go for Aiden Hutchinson, Rashee Rice, Drew Sanders, Justin Simmons, and then Matt Judon. Obviously bringing back the two themes like I said I would. Not that they're really good anymore, and I guess Simmons will still start, but Judon ideally won't. I guess we'll see. I mean, we really want Aiden Hutchinson, obviously. Should we even up it from this? I mean, this isn't too expensive. 5 years, 178. I mean, that's expensive, but like, this is also a few years in the future even. So we'll offer him that. We do need him. I mean, I don't know. He hasn't been playing insanely well, and he's probably going to play a little worse for us even, unfortunately, but it's an upgrade. An upgrade is an upgrade. So all these players, do they want to sign? Everybody signs except Justin Simmons, and we get all 4 of the players that do sign. Aiden Hutchinson, Rashee Rice, Drew Sanders, and Matt Judon. That's huge. And then Simmons, no. How about now? Ooh, the Bills want him. Should I free him? I mean, we'll need a safety if I do. I mean, I guess we can go player friendly. He hasn't really been that much of an impact throughout this whole rebuild, but all right, he signs. So we are now up to a 90 overall team. Oh, we need a right tackle. I just didn't even, consider the fact that Jake Andrews could retire. I mean, he sucked here. Obviously not in real life, but in Madden, he sucked here. Oh no. I don't know why I didn't check the retirements. Grady Jarrett retired. One of our best performing players. Well, I guess that gives us something, to draft. I'm almost happy about that. Not that it was Grady Jarrett, but I'm happy we have a position that we need. I guess. I don't know. Whatever. It's better to not have needs, but I still don't like drafts where I'm just like, cool, this guy won't start. Let's take him anyways. It's fun to get immediate impact with your draft picks, I guess. Ooh, wait, I didn't even realize, but Turbin went up to X Factor. Was he that good? He had what, like 2 picks? I mean, yeah, that's pretty good. Probably gonna go down in overall at corner, but whatever. But here in the draft, we pick at number 20. This is another interesting class. There are some top 5 talent players, or at least, no, there are 2 that we have scouted. Oh, okay, a guard I focus scouted, I figured, is a top 5 talent. Oh no, please tell me he's still gonna be available by the time we pick another 45 bench rep guard. But see, he checks every box. What I always say you look for if you want like an 80+ overall guard is elite strength, all A ratings for the things they should be good at, like awareness, impact block. Sometimes the lead block doesn't need to be an A, but like if they're a power, they should have both power ratings be an A, and then for finesse, you want to see at least a C for each one. That's normally how I find like 80+ overall guards. Okay, where does he rank though? 32. He could get picked early. I mean, that would suck, but we could trade up, but I don't know if we need to. That's the only problem. Because at 20, we should be fine, obviously, because he's ranked 32, but a lot of the time, good players get picked early. I don't want to give up a second, though, because there are a lot of good players I see projected to go in the second round. We'll just see if he's still available by our pick. If not, it's not the end of the world, because linemen don't play well in this game anyways. Okay, I don't think he got picked, so we get lucky. Let's go with Lamar Weaver. 6'5", 343, only 21 years old, out of Kansas State. Of course, 45 bench reps, almost all A ratings. We'll take him. Ranked number 1 in the class. Picked him at number 20. That was a good focus scout. 98 strength. We'll take it. I don't know who we're going to play at right tackle because, of course, O-line is still a big need for us. It still has not been good this entire rebuild, and now we don't even have a right tackle, so we'll have to find someone to play there. But let's see, round 2. I doubt there are any... No, there are no good pass rushers left. There are good, off-ball linebackers. Ramon Chambers, a first-round talent. We might take him round 3 or something. We don't really need more linebackers, though. Ooh, Julian Tipton's interesting. I'm really bad at scouting defensive linemen in general. They're always worse than I expect, but A power moves, A awareness, B play rec, B tackle, good strength, great speed, and elite acceleration. That's interesting. Now, I'm probably not going to take him still, but he could be good. I just know defensive ends and defensive tackles are always deceiving in Madden. But to be fair, I don't know what else I would do here. We do maybe need like another corner or something. There was a good, who was it? Cameron Goodard. Dalton McKinney also looks good. And Matthew Peck and Mike Jordan and Dre Sherman. Just not as good. God. Okay. Cameron Goodard ran a 4.31, which is great. He has elite speed, but only solid acceleration. That's tough. Let's see, who else has elite speed? Oscar Franklin has elite speed and good acceleration. He looks like a good player, but he doesn't have the A-man. What's McKinney's speed? Solid and then good acceleration. Okay. See, that's fair. A 4.49 solid with a 4.44 at his pro day, that's about right. That's what solid should be. Maybe even like a 4.45 is about solid, but that's about what he ran. But all right, let's take Cameron Goodard, probably normal dev, but looks like a good player, so that's fine. Ranked number 31. Okay, I thought he would be a little better than that, honestly. I thought he would be like 15 or something. Normal dev. Maybe he's not as good as I'm thinking. Well, clearly he isn't, but we'll see what his overall is. I mean, that was still a good pick. Ranked 31, got him at 52. I am a little disappointed, though. And let's see, round 3. Is the linebacker still here? He is. I mean, do we need a linebacker? No. Is he a good player? Yes. So we'll take him, because we don't really need much else. Ranked 22, got him at 84. Hidden dev, surprisingly, we'll take it. Oh, and we do have one other need I wasn't thinking of. It isn't too desperate of a need, but defensive tackle, because Grady Jarrett retired. Oh, there's some solid looking ones, though. Let's see, who has elite strength here? Anyone? Zach Douglas. Sometimes the elite strength defensive tackles aren't very good, and he kind of looks like one of them. I mean, he is a tackle, but I mean, that's it. What does Marquise Sutton look like? Great speed and great strength. Ooh, okay. I think we're gonna take this guy. He ran a 4.83, which, as I always say, defensive tackles are way too fast in this game. I don't know how that's not elite speed, but lots of B ratings, A finesse moves, which, ooh, he's labeled as a run stopper with A finesse moves. Sometimes those guys aren't good, but sometimes they're really good. You know, you would expect someone with A finesse moves to be labeled as a speed rusher, but he's even better in run defense. So we'll take him. Ranked 106, got him at 116. I mean, that's fine. I'm always disappointed by defensive lineman overalls. I don't know for sure if he was the best one, but it seemed like it. But here's how he did in the draft. Of course, Lamar Weaver, the best player in the class, an 83 overall, 98 strength, 86 lead block, 95 impact block. Honestly, his power isn't as good as I thought it would be, but I mean, the strength and impact block combo's crazy. Already a top 10 left guard in the league. Again, we'll have to see who we want to play at right tackle. Maybe our center, but I don't know who we would put at center then. I guess we'll see. We kind of have like 4 guards on the roster. We might even put Lindstrom at right tackle. We'll see. But Cameron Goodard, he's whatever, 76 overall. There was probably a better corner I could have taken, but he looked good. And then Ramon Chambers, he is a 76 overall. Good speed and acceleration, good tackle, good pursuit, hidden dev, of course. And then Sutton's okay at a 72. The CPU also picked a blocking tight end, so he's probably gonna have X Factor or something, as always. But we did very well this year in the draft, especially with the first pick. I wish there was a better corner this year, and again, maybe there was, but it's not the end of the world. Ooh, Rudy Maynard would have been better. Still only normal dev, but oh well, good draft. I'm still worried about our pass rush, but let's get into year 4, and we will see how the team's looking. But okay, here's how we're looking. Up to a 90 overall, 93 offense, 88 defense. We'll check where that ranks in the league in a second, but this is how the offense is gonna look this year. Should be very good. This should, I mean, I don't know for sure, but this is probably the best O-line in the league. This group is insane. It's an average of probably an 88 overall, maybe. If this offense isn't good, I'm gonna retire. I don't know. But here's the defense. So there was a scenario where Marquise Sutton was out of shape, and I didn't know what his personality type was. It's intense, apparently. I mean, apparently not, if he showed up out of shape. But I just went leader because I didn't know what it was, and apparently that was wrong. It gave him -10 strength and block shedding, so that's... he's gonna be a 64 overall for the first, like, however many games, so that's fun. We'll still start him to get the development, because overall doesn't really matter anyways, so should be fine. But yeah, overall, our defense should be better. I still don't know. I mean, the addition of Aiden Hutchinson should make it better, but again, it's Madden, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is the worst defense in the league. But I do want to check, where do we rank in terms of overall, at least? Have I done my job? Do we have the best roster in the league? I doubt we have, like, far and away the best. I bet we're tied with the Chiefs. That's my guess. No, we are better than the Chiefs. They're only an 89. So, hey, we'll take it. The Texans are an 88. Usually the Ravens are pretty good, but they're only an 86 here. The Jets are an 88. Interesting. So we do have the highest overall team in the league. I think we're going to do another year after this, too, just in case. But if we do well enough this year, we'll see. This could be the last year. So let's get to the midseason point of year number 4, and we will see how this team does. All right, yep, that's about right. We have the 22nd offense with probably the highest overall offense in the league and the 22nd defense in terms of points per game, and we're 3-4. Is simulation worse this year? I feel feel like it's impossible to be good. What's going wrong this year? All right, Bernard Ryman has allowed 8 sacks as an 85 overall. So he's getting benched, and I don't know what to do about our defense, honestly. Aiden Hutchinson has 3.5 sacks, so that's cool. Let's bench Ryman. I don't know who we're gonna bench him for, but somebody. Andrew Glenn, a 68 overall rookie. Doesn't sound phenomenal to me, but it would be hard to be worse than Ryman has been. But we have a breakout linebacker, I think it said. Oh, it's Braylon Trice. He has 6 sacks through the year for some reason. 6 tackles in a TFL. That's maybe doable. What are the other ones? 6 tackles and a pick. 6 tackles and a sack, interception, or forced fumble. I'll go with that one. I doubt that happens, but we'll see. And we have another breakout linebacker. Aiden Hutchinson. 7 tackles and a sack, pick, or forced fumble. Sure. But what kind of re-signings do we have this year for year number 5? Oh, okay. We have Bijan Robinson, Rook Ororo, Braylon Trice, Brandon Dorless, and that's mostly it, thankfully, but that's still not great when we only have, well, I say we don't have any money. We have negative 1.6 mil. So we'll have to figure that out. But all right, should we just keep Ryman in for the rest of the year? I mean, hopefully he gets, I don't know. Usually you can get away with starting horrible players, because again, overall doesn't matter, but I don't know, a 68 is really low for left tackle. We'll try it. We'll learn. Let's get to the end of year number 4. Let's see what happens. This has been rough. I feel like every Madden 25 rebuild I've done so far has been like this. I don't know if it's just like recency bias or what it is, but the simulation this year is, I didn't know it was possible to be worse, but it feels bad. And we finish 8-9 and miss the playoffs with the highest overall team in the league. All right, let's not try the Buccaneers defense. let's not do that. I don't know what I'm gonna go with, but not the Bucs. That's for sure. We'll try the Cardinals, maybe. Playbook shouldn't matter as much as they do, man. I always say that, but they just shouldn't. Let's see what went wrong. Michael Penix was fine. 4,000 yards, 31 touchdowns, 12 picks. I mean, that would be a good year for real life, but for Madden, that's whatever. That would be more like 3,400 yards, 21 touchdowns, 12 picks, but still a fine year. Bijan, 1,000 yards, 4.5 per carry, 11 touchdowns. He was good. 1,000 yards for London, 13 touchdowns, almost 1,000 for Pitts, 800 for Jeffrey. Blocking, Andrew Glenn did better than Bernard Ryman. I mean, he allowed more sacks, but it was in 150 more snaps. So, I mean, if you average out the sacks per snaps, it was better than Ryman, which is stupid. Still wasn't good, but neither of them were. And wow, big surprise, our amazing offensive line allowed 39 sacks. That's cool. But on defense, DeAndre Weathers, 109 tackles, Drew Sanders, 103. TFL's 18 for Rook, 17 for Trice, 15 for Dorless, 14 for Hutchinson, and 10 for Sanders. And sacks, I called it. 10 for Braylon Trice and Brandon Dorless, 6.5 for Aiden Hutchinson. Why? How and why? I mean, it's not like he's been insane here, but of course, his worst year by a decent bit comes here. Of course, the game hates me. But interceptions, we also only had 5 on the year. 2 for Weathers and Turbin, 1 for Armstrong. Sometimes it's good to give a defensive playbook in Madden an extra year, because it'll do better in the second year. I'm not going to do that here. We're getting away from this. Hold on, I want to check something. Okay, the Rams had the best defense in the league, which was the playbook we had, and that didn't work, so that's cool. Cowboys, Titans, really? I've had some bad experiences with the Titans defensive playbook. Who had the most sacks? Browns, okay. Jets, Dolphins, Packers. The Dolphins did? I mean, that's fair, but I just didn't know any of their players actually did well in this game. Because every time I sign Jalen Phillips, he gets like 4 sacks a year. Okay, no 10+ sack getters, but 3 9 sack getters. I don't know what to do, man. This is such a bad spot to be in. We're so good on paper, but we're so bad on the field. All right, we'll try the Cardinals. Wait, hold on. I do want to check. How did their defense do this year? Because the Cardinals could be a weird pick. Okay, they did have a pretty decent defense. It wasn't the best, but I doubt their roster's great. But yeah, they had like a top 10 defense. We'll try it. But let's get into the final season here, the final off-season first, and we'll see what we can do, if anything. We have like our 4th Ravens-Cowboys Super Bowl here. Actually, I don't even know if that's happened yet, but it's felt like it. Oh no, it did happen last year too. The Ravens were in the Super Bowl the year before. They've been in 3 Super Bowls and lost all 3. The first year it was Chiefs-Eagles, but all right, sure. The Ravens are low-key the new like Chiefs in this game. I don't know what has gotten into them, but they're just, I mean, I guess they haven't won any Super Bowls, so it's still the Cowboys, but I don't know, man. Let's hope for a good final year. Before re-signings, we have 6 6 mil. I'm gonna restructure every deal on the team, and we'll see how much money we end up with. Okay, we now have 58 mil in cap to work with, so we should be able to bring some of these guys back. But Bijan, we'll go 4 years, 73 mil. Definitely has been disappointing here based on what he usually plays like, but what can you do? We'll go very player-friendly for Braylon Trice because it isn't very expensive. 6 years, 82 mil. Okay, never mind. We'll try to get him back. How has he done every other year here, though? This feels like an outlier. He had 5 sacks last year. We'll see. How much is a tag? A tag is probably expensive. Yeah, no, I'm good. Andrew Glenn, he really developed in his, you know, half season of playing time. He isn't very expensive, so sure. Rook, I want back, but he is expensive. He did well, but he just isn't interested. Brandon Dorless, I would go player friendly, 3 years, 41. He does take it, surprisingly. And I think we're gonna let everyone else go. So let's get into free agency. We'll try to bring Trice and Aroro back, but we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, and I guess I never checked if we could release anyone. Probably not, but no. Okay. Ooh, it isn't a great free agent class, though. TJ Hawkinson is here. He's 31 now, and we definitely don't need a tight end. I mean, I guess we could use more of an inline tight end, but I mean, that's just how we're using Kyle Pitts anyways, so whatever. How does Marshawn Nealon do in this game? Probably not good because he hasn't gained a dev trait, but he is a Cowboys player, so maybe. He does pretty well. Oh, hello? Everyone's gone? Did my internet go out? So glad I paid for fucking a new modem and router for it to act like shit. Maybe it's the game, I don't know. I'm an angry person. But let's see, we'll try to get Braylon Trice back. Why can I not click on anyone? Okay, I might have to go very player friendly if we want Braylon Trice because there are a lot of teams interested. He is the best pass rusher in free agency other than, I guess, Nealand. I'm surprised we don't have more cap though, because it's not like, well, I guess we are paying a lot of players. Oh, and we're paying Michael Penix now. I forgot about that. Okay, that makes sense. I understand. We just can't really afford anyone else here. I mean, I kind of want Rook back, but he's asking 20 mil and we have 8. At least we have Dorless and someone else. I really don't know if we're gonna get Braylon Trice back though, so I wonder if we should just go for Rook, but I don't know if we would get Rook either. We'll see if we can get Trice. He played better. We don't. All right, how about Rook? No, the Patriots have a big offer for him. How about at least Mekhi Wingo, maybe? And I still feel really bad about this offensive line, so is there a good depth player I can get here? Is Ryan Ramczyk good in this game? He's probably gonna retire soon in real life because he's hurt, but oh, no, okay, cool. Jonah Jackson. Well, should we... We might save our money. I kind of have a plan. We'll see what we want to do, though. But Mekhi Wingo, do you want to sign? No. How about now? Okay, cool. We at least get somebody. This team is already more than good enough to be amazing, but apparently we need more. So I think I'm gonna make a trade here. Okay, we are gonna be trading our first round pick for Tuli Tuipulotu and a third. Tuli's become a really good player here. Now, it's always a question on if he will be as good for us as he was for the Packers. I mean, that's the question with literally every player in this game, but we are gonna hope that he can be as good here. I mean, he has X Factor, of course, up to an 87 overall, and I did something interesting here. We're not gonna go with the Cardinals defensive playbook. We are ironically gonna be going with a 4-3, and we're gonna go with the Packers defense. So Tuli's staying in the, you know, same playbook here. So hopefully he plays as well as he did for the Packers. But all right, no first round pick in the draft this year. We are up to a 94 overall though. This is the best realistic team or realistic rebuild team I've built so far. One of the best teams I've ever built in terms of overall. I'm a little surprised it's a 94 because we don't really have that many players that are a 94 or better, but we do have a few. I know that's not exactly how overall works, but I mean, either way, I've done my part here, clearly. The simulation is just, it's great. There are no problems with it. But of course, no first round pick this year, and honestly, I don't know if there's much I want to do in this year's draft. That's kind of another reason I traded down. I checked first, and there just really wasn't anyone that good available. I mean, there were a few top 5 talents, but they were, you know, projected to go in the top 5. Ooh, there is a first-round talent center, Nathan Delos, however you say that last name. I mean, we can use all the O-line we can get, absolutely. Doesn't look like him, but ranked 18th, got him at 45, sounds good to me. I focus scouted defensive end this year, or that was my, you know, focus position, but there were not any good ones. ones. Again, outside of the top 5. There are more first to second round talent linemen. You know what? Again, we can use as many linemen as we can get. Nolan Little, ranked 49, got him a 77. Sure, hidden dev sounds good. I mean, we clearly have like one big need left, and that's about it. We do maybe need a third corner. Are there any good ones left? Ooh, maybe McElroy or McElroy, whatever. Oh, no, he's slow. Okay, let's see. Is there a good receiver? Ooh, hold on. There is. Peter Brown. Skip the combine. A medium route, A catching, B spec catch. Good agility and acceleration. I don't know if he's amazing because his speed's only decent, but let's take him. Ranked 30, got him at 86. I honestly thought he could be even better than that, honestly, but we'll take it. I thought he would be like ranked 15 or something. I thought he'd be like a 76 or 7 overall. He still might be like a 75 or 6. We'll see. But all right, I'm done picking. I'm hanging it up for the rebuild. We have more than you could ever imagine in terms of roster talent. We're good. But these are the players we got. Delos is a 77, Little's a 75, and then Peter Brown is a 76 overall. He's pretty good. I don't think he's going to get any playing time, but I don't think any of these guys are going to get any playing time. I mean, the 2 linemen probably will because our line's going to suck, even though it's good, because that makes sense. But also the CPU got a decent running back, Luke Lipton. I feel like I've seen 40 players with the last name Lipton already, but good final draft. Really good for not having a first round pick. We got like 3 first round talents, was it? So we'll take it. But all right, we are a 93 heading into the final year here. Only went down 1 overall, so that's good. But I mean, this team is just insane. One of the better teams we've ever built on the channel. I mean, I know we're using the regular Madden rosters, which are a little higher overall than my normal ones. But I mean, still, we'll check where we rank in the league in terms of overall in a second. But even though our defense has played horribly, I mean, it's a 91 overall. Like, there just isn't much I know how to do about that. I mean, I'm sure there is a better playbook I could be using. I don't know which one. So we'll try the Packers. We'll see how that goes. But it is the first year with a new defensive playbook, so it might not go great, but it hasn't been good anyways, so we might as well try. But I'll check in with the team at the midseason just in case we are underperforming, which I can guarantee we will be, but I will see y'all at the end of the season, and we will see how this team does in the final year. Okay. Finally, in year number 5, we finish 12-5 and we make the playoffs. Still, not as good as we should have been, but we'll take it. We at least get a first round bye. We should have been more like 14-3 at least. But I'm realizing I forgot to check at the beginning of the year where we rank in the league in terms of overall. So where do we rank? I mean, I would assume we're easily number 1, but by how much? The Chiefs are a 91. I saw the Cowboys were a 90. The Bengals are a 90. The Saints are a 90. The Ravens are a 90. So we are the best team in the league by 4 overall now over the Chiefs. The fact that we weren't at least like 15-2 is absurd to me, but whatever. We did well somehow. Let's check out our season stats. So Michael Penix, almost 4,500 yards, 39 touchdowns, 10 picks, nice completion percentage. He was insanely good this year. Should be up there for MVP, maybe like top 5 or something. I don't know though. Quarterbacks do insanely well in this game. But 1,250 yards for Bijan, 4.9 per carry, 8 touchdowns, 1,500 yards and 18 touchdowns for Drake London, 800 for Pitts, 780 for Jeffrey. Blocking was much better this year. Will Green was kind of terrible. Lamar Weaver wasn't great. I was thinking about benching Weaver at the midseason because he had allowed the most sacks on the team, but we just left him. It worked out fine. But the defense still wasn't amazing somehow. Okay, well, Drew Sanders led the team with 111 tackles. TFLs, 16 for Aiden Hutchinson, 12 for Brandon Dorless, 11 for Tuli Tuipulotu. This might be the most sacks I've ever had between 2 players in a rebuild. Tuli led the team with 23 sacks and 22.5 for Aiden Hutchinson. Yet we still weren't a top 10 defense. Did we have like 2 total We had 4 total interceptions on the year. This game drives me insane. How do you have 45.5 sacks between 2 players and not have a top 10 defense? God. Tony Freeman, of course we get cucked for MVP. This game is fucking with me, dude. Like, this has got to be some kind of joke. Tony Freeman wins MVP for the Jets. Michael Penix at number 2. God. Offensive player of the year goes to Puka Nakua. Michael Penix at 7. Oh, Drake London at 2. I almost missed him somehow. Defensive player of the year goes to Aiden Hutchinson. Thule at number 2, so we top 2 there. But we didn't really have many great rookies. Peter Brown at number 8 for offensive rookie of the year. Defensive rookie of the year, we didn't have anyone. At least we got a first round bye. It should have been even more though. Okay, hold on. We were 5-2 at the midseason, and we finished by winning the last 2 games. We were only 10-5 at one point with this team. This is why I want to force win games like 90% of the time. This is why, I've said this before, I used to force win games when I would just play this game for fun, because sometimes I would just to do, I basically just did the stuff I do now, but just for fun. That's like some counting marbles type shit. Like, that's a boring ass activity. I don't know why I did that, but we lost to the Bucks, the Panthers. We got swept by the Panthers with a 95 overall team. I just want to let y'all know that. We were 5-5 at one point. Thankfully, we finished 5-0. Again, this is why I want to force win games like 90% of the time. At least we got a first round bye. Let's see, we have a storylines new message from our offensive coordinator. I want to talk to our defensive coordinator. I just want to talk to him. That's all. Nothing more. Who's going to be our secret weapon? I don't think any of these guys would be. Maybe Caleb Jeffrey, because he'll actually, play the most out of those 3. I just clicked A before I knew that showed up. Okay. Gives him +5 catching. That's cool. Maybe what I would have picked anyways. But let's see who we are going to be taking on in the divisional here. Probably losing to in the divisional here. It is gonna be, you can't do this to me. Are we gonna go 0-3 against the Vikings in the playoffs in this rebuild? Is this the team we've faced every year? Or am I getting like mixed up with a recent rebuild I did? I'm pretty sure we just back to back, well, when we actually made the playoffs, back to back played the Vikings in either the wild card or the divisional. You can't do this to me. You can't. Why? At least they're not 9-8 here, but they're still the worst overall team, and they're away, and they have a worse record. Well, let's get one good last look at the team. Of course, a 95 overall, just ridiculous roster. Legitimately, I think the best team I've ever built, now up to a 95. At least up there. I've maybe built like a 95 or maybe even a 96 with my custom rosters, which again, they're lower overalls, but either way, this team is insane. But let's simulate this game out against the Vikings. Please don't do this to me, please. Okay, we get, I think, our first playoff win of the rebuild. The Falcons are just cursed, man. Thankfully, we won, though. We won 31-15. That's cool. We have a new message. Yes, let me talk to our defensive coordinator, please. Tell me what's going on here. Jim Nichols? I don't know how to read. Like, words aren't making sense to me right now. I don't know what's wrong with me, but, like, I just don't feel like reading that. I never do, but I especially, like, I tried to read it, and I just, like, my brain couldn't process it. That was weird. My brain's been fried by playing this game. Let's go with power moves. Sure, that's what I always go with. The Cowboys. Madden's golden child. Let's see what happens. Can we move on to our first Super Bowl of the rebuild, or is this gonna be it? That's gonna be it. As we get beat by a worse team, 24-14. You hate to see it.